Hi everyone, it's Krista Q. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I am going to be talking about my Glitterati Candle Company collection, and this is actually the Glitterati Wax Company now, I believe. But as you can see, all of the labels from my chunks were from just a couple months ago when she was still known as the Glitterati Candle Company. So I've laid out a little rainbow of chunks here for you to have something to look at while we get started. I'm just going to talk about the company really quickly. Glitterati is a company that is run entirely out of Facebook, and I know that the lady that runs it, her name is Janine Genzano, I believe is how she says her last name. I know that she gets a lot of, I don't want to say crap, but she gets a lot of criticism from people that, oh, you know, your wax is not very available, your wax is not very accessible. But and I don't pretend to know her personal life, but I know that she has a business model that works for her, and obviously it has worked for me, and it works for a lot of very happy and satisfied customers. Her wax is wonderful. I'm very happy with everything I got from her. I was lucky enough to get on her customs list. She opens a customs list every couple of years. I think when she opened it in, I believe it was November of last year, I was able to get on the list as one of the first, either 50 or 100, and then she took another either 50 or 100 lottery style names, and that was for a $300 maximum order. And the other two ways to get her wax are you can get on her mystery box list, and she opens that I think closer to once a year, and she takes an unlimited number of names. I'm talking like 2,000 names or more. And basically you say me, you get on the list, and then you just wait until your turn comes up, and then you pay your, I want to say it's like 42 something plus tax and shipping, but I really don't know because I've never actually gotten on the mystery box list. But that way you're guaranteed to get a box of her wax. And of course it is a mystery box, but most people I see that get theirs are pretty satisfied with it. And the only other way to get her wax is to win one of her Sunday flash sales, 3 p.m. Eastern Time every Sunday, in her group on Facebook. She makes a post and you say me, and then usually she chooses between 10 and 20 names, and those people have the opportunity to buy a mystery box, just like you would if you were on the mystery box list. Once a month she does it for newbies only. Those are people who have never gotten her wax, never won a flash sale, etc. And then the other 3 or 4 Sundays per month, it is open to anyone. So if you've already gotten a mystery box, if you've already gotten a custom, you can still get more that way. I have only entered a few times because honestly I'm just very busy. But I tell you what, when she opened that customs list, I had reminders set on my phone. I had my whole family on notice, like I am not available that day, and I was very, very fortunate that I did get on the list. So anyway, another fun fact before we get started is my custom actually arrived the first week of April, and I had just come home from being out of town to have brain surgery. I actually have recurrent brain tumors, and this time it required surgical intervention. So I was in Lexington, and it was during this whole, COVID-19 nightmare. So my husband couldn't go back with me. My mom and dad couldn't even come to the hospital. I couldn't see my family. It was terrible, having this major surgery and not getting to see anybody. So when I finally got to come home, my Glitterati boxes were essentially waiting for me when I got here, and it was a wonderful surprise. So, okay, it is almost 5 minutes in, and I have not shown you anything other than the chunks in front of you, so I'm going to get started. I have melted a decent little chunk of my Glitterati collection. As I said, I got this the first week of April, and it is about to be the 1st of July tomorrow. So I melt what I get. So I've already started melting a lot of this. Some of the chunks that I got, I have already melted through. Some of these chunks you'll see are missing pieces, but I still have quite a collection to show you. So let's get started. Let's start with what I have here. First up is Cherry Jolly Rancher, and this is a very sweet, yummy cherry scent. Red over pour with like light pink chunks. And her chunks, she does these, she pours them as like a loaf, and then however many chunks you get, she packages each approximately 3-ounce chunk in these bags, and whatever she has left over from the loaf that she pours, that is what goes in her mystery boxes. So, and her flash sale lots, but those are essentially mystery boxes. Okay, next up I have Orange Lace Cake. I want to say this is my only chunk of this, but I'm not sure. This is just a nice, I'm shaking all over the place with that hand. This is just a nice orange bakery, kind of like an orange cupcake to me. There's no spice note or like caramel note. So that's good for spring, summer, anytime. Lemon Biscotti. This is a nice yellow with almost like white chunks in it. This is a nice lemon bakery. It is not my favorite. It's one that I'm glad that I tried because a lot of people do love it, but it's one that I'm glad I only got one chunk in. It's just, it doesn't smell different enough for me. I have a lot of lemon bakery. I've tried a lot of lemon bakery. It kind of takes a lot to knock my socks off these days, but it's nice and it would be great as a blender. Green Apple. Now this is the kind of candy Jolly Ranchery green apple in my opinion. See, it's bright green with white chunks. I love this kind of green apple. I'm very excited to melt this in like August, September when I do my transition scents into fall, because yes, I start fall in August because I hate summer. So I am ready to get fall kicked off as soon as the back to school stuff hits the shelves. North Pole. This is one of the only chunks I think I got that is primarily blue, and it has those pretty little green chunks. This is, actually I can't remember, hang on. Yep, this is like a mint, almost like an Andes mint kind of scent. It's really yummy. It'll be great around the holidays. And let me just say also that these chunks are in terrible shape as far as the labels falling off and the wax smudging, and that is my fault because not only do I go through these chunks like a million times a week, but I have let my children look through them, and they love to open things up and pull them out, smell them, and pass them around, and throw them in the box. So they've been through it. This is Mac Apple Amish Kitchen Apple Butter. I honestly do not remember if I blended this or if this is something that Janine just sent me, because I did, I think, get an extra chunk or two as like, you know, thrown in like a sample. But this is nice. The Mac apple is really fresh, whereas the apple butter is more of that like cooked, sweetened, cinnamony apple. And then the Amish Kitchen is like a spicy fall bakery. It's going to be really nice again in that transition period for me. Also, I did get several scent shots when I placed this order as samples, but one of them I've already melted, one of them my little girl took, and then the other I gave to my dad because it just wasn't, it was like cactus and sea salt or something, which smelled nice, but not my wheelhouse, as you will soon see. I am fruity bakery and fruity bakery 9 times out of 10. All right, Walking on Sunshine. This is just a nice blend of citrus scents. I did not get scent notes for these before I started filming. I really should have. I'm sorry. But if you go to her Facebook group and into the files, there is a current scent list and price list. So if you're trying to make a list for customs or just trying to see what the chunks you got in your mystery box smell like, that's a great resource. That one is really nice for summer. It's part of my melting basket for July, but I put it all back in here so I could film this for you guys. Hansel and Gretel's House. This, I wanted to say when I first sniffed this, it was like, oh, just another gingerbread scent, but it's really not, because I don't care for straight gingerbread. This is like gingerbread plus a lot of yummy sweet. I think in the description it says plenty of candy or something like that. It really does have like a creamy sweet candy element on top of that gingerbread. It's not very spicy. So if you're kind of like me and you're team no spice, then this'll still work for you. It's beautiful, and I kind of wish I had gotten more, but I will be happy this fall with the one chunk I have. I say this fall like I'm gonna melt through all of this in one season. I probably won't. I mean, I ordered 80 chunks, so I would have to melt Glitterati like around the clock to get through it in a year, which is fine. All right, these are all kind of just thrown in here, unfortunately. All right, I did get 2 chunks of this. I believe I gave one to my son. My kids do melt wax. They love it. Please excuse the cheap Walmart nails. I can't go get them done right now. Strawberry pretzel whipped cream. This I actually asked Janine to blend for me because I wanted to kind of dupe a vendor whose strawberry pretzel, I think it was called like strawberry pretzel dessert or something, I had that I really liked. This does not smell anything like that. It's nice, but I didn't love it as much as I hoped it would, and that's not Janine's fault. It's just I obviously couldn't go through and test her wax to see, oh, do I like her strawberry or do I like her, you know, I couldn't go through and test her oils like I can with some other vendors, so it was all just kind of a gamble. But honestly, I'd say 98% of what she poured for me is incredible. Well, it's all good. It's all just a matter of personal opinion. I'm going to stop right here. I'm sorry. Okay. We have 2 chunks of Amish Kitchen Green Apple. This is a blend that I saw in the, I don't remember if it was a mystery box. It had to have been a mystery box. That Notorious Liz 54, I think are her numbers, that she had. And she raved about it. And she loves like apple, like green apple stuff when it's done right. And I'm that way too. I have to have the right kind of apple. This is the right kind of apple. And blended with that kind of mildly spicy bakery from the Amish Kitchen, it's fantastic. This is one I think I only have 1 chunk of. This is Caramel Ice Cream Scoop Bread Pralines. This is just a nice fall blend. I don't think I got the idea from anywhere specific, not saying it's, you know, any big original concept. It's just one that I thought sounded like it'd be good together. So, and it smells fantastic. She did a really good job. Okay. I have some that I have several of, and I'm trying to find them all, but it's a mess. Okay, this is Cotton Candy Chardonnay. This is one that I heard another YouTuber, Just Jenny. Speaking of some of these YouTubers, Just Jenny, Notorious Liz 54, I miss your videos, ladies. Not that you'll probably ever watch this, but those were 2 of my favorite waxies on YouTube, and I miss their videos. But anyway, I digress. This does not smell like Chardonnay wine to me. It smells like the non-alcoholic, like Welch's white grape juice, specifically the white grape juice that you get around like New Year's and Christmas. That's what that smells like, and it is wonderful, and I kind of high-key wish I had gotten a lot more of it, but you know. Okay, this name is hysterical. Give It To Me Baby. This is like, I want to say it's a fall bakery. Oh yeah, it's like spicy but not overwhelmingly spicy fall bakery. And I'm like 90% sure it's probably named after that. You guys remember that obnoxious like "Give It To Me Baby" song from the 90s? Oh my god, I'm pretty sure that's what that's named after. I don't know, but It's a wonderful scent. The song, not so much. I've got 2 chunks of vanilla coffee bean. This is one that is popular among her fans. It's nice, nice strong coffee. I don't think the vanilla is quite what I was hoping it would be. I was hoping for something kind of creamier and richer, and it's just kind of there. So I like it. I'll definitely melt it and blend it with other stuff. It's just not quite what I was hoping, but again, that's not on Janine. That's on, you know, when you blend stuff with a vendor whose wax you've never tried, you take a risk, and that's what I did. This one, though, I saw someone else on YouTube, and I do not remember who, double caramel orange crumb cake. I think it was Jenny. She hauled this one in, I don't remember if it was her custom, because she got like 2 customs, giant customs. She hauled this in one of either her customs or her mystery boxes, and it is fantastic. This is more like that kind of autumnal orange bakery. It's really rich, but not cloyingly so. You hear double caramel and you're like, oh my god, that's going to be too much. It's not. It's actually really nice. Okay, I'm going to try to get all of these together. I will not succeed. Okay. I got the equivalent of a bakery bag in Serendipity Twinkies Mallow Fluff because I love Serendipity scents, and I knew I was going to like that because Serendipity for me is one of those that you almost can't do wrong, and I knew I would like it. Twinkies and Mallow Fluff just sounded like good kind of bakery elements. I think I actually based that on a blend I had gotten from another vendor at one point, and Janine's did not disappoint. It's wonderful. I'm glad I got so much of it. I also got, I think, at least 2 chunks of Serendipity waffle cone and something else. But as I said, I've already been melting this stuff, and I haven't touched the Serendipity Twinkies, but I've already melted through all of my Serendipity waffle cone. It was wonderful. It was fantastic. It was one of the only waffle cone blends that I've really been able to smell the waffle cone in, even over the Serendipity, so that was amazing. Boy howdy, this little bag has been through it. This is cherry lemonade, and as you can tell by the mess, it is one of my kids' favorites. For me, it's just okay. It's good, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, and was kind of going for like a Mouse Ears from Super Tarts vibe. It's not the same at all, but it is good. I think that when I go into things with an expectation of what something should smell like, that's when I get disappointed, so I need to not do that. Tropical pistachio. This is incredible. I wish I had gotten like an entire bakery bag of this. It is that kind of cherry, some people call it fake pistachio. I like it. It's that pistachio pudding cake note and then mixed with like tropical fruits. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. I wish I had gotten more of it. Straight up strawberry. This is really yummy. This is one I got 2 chunks in. I actually gave one to my dad, and not because I don't like it, but because he loves strawberry. So I figured it's good. He should have some. It is not my favorite strawberry. If you guys have been watching my channel or know me, my favorite strawberry is kind of that really jammy, tart, sweet strawberry. This is really good. This is more authentic strawberry. So again, I had no way of knowing that, but I'm glad that I got the 2 chunks I did, and I'm glad I was able to share some with my dad. Tea and cakes. This is just your standard tea and cakes. I love that color choice for it too. And this is one that, again, I think it's kind of hard to do wrong. Most vendors do tea and cakes about the same way, and hers is fabulous. Also, I think I should probably mention, this is personal observation here, but I think Janine's wax has an undertone, and I mean that in the best way possible. To me, all of her wax has this same kind of, I don't want to say bakery, but like just really nice, creamy undertone. And I know people hear the word undertone and they're like, ooh, because a lot of times when people say undertone, they mean like plasticky. Not Janine's wax. It, to me, has a really creamy, yummy, almost edible undertone, which is perfect for the kind of scents I get. Speaking of which, I just got one of this blend, and this is one I just kind of made up. This is Glazed Donut Sugar Cookie Vanilla Coffee Bean. In this blend, I like the vanilla coffee bean because that other bakery that I had her put in there really makes this smell like a coffee shop. Actually, almost like we have a local donut shop called Jolly Pirate. And that is what it smells like when you walk in, honestly. Let's see. Okay. I have 4 of this scent. I'm going to line them up down here and I'll just hold one up for you. This is Blue Raspberry, Cherry, Jolly Rancher, and Fizz. This is just a blue raspberry, cherry, lemon, lime, kind of a bomb pop scent. And I did get the equivalent of a bakery bag, which is 4 chunks, because I knew that I would like this one. This is another one that every vendor kind of does at least halfway well, and Janine's is wonderful. And I am so excited to melt this because that's usually what I melt in July, especially around the 4th of July, is those bomb pop scents, and hers did not disappoint. Speaking of the 4th of July, look at these cute little red and blue chunks. This is Red, White, and Lou. She has a house bakery blend that you will see here in a moment because I got some of it as well, called Lou's Bakery. And Red, White, and Lou is that plus her strawberry, I guess her straight up strawberry. And it's really yummy. Nice strawberry blend. So speaking of Lou's Bakery, I got 1, 2, 3, and here's what I was looking for. This little guy has already been cut. I don't know if it's gonna focus. You can see the little grooves where I've cut. I love this. This for me is a really nice kind of vanilla bakery. It's not vanilla heavy, it's just that creamy, yummy bakery without like a heavy spice note or really any discernible note. It's just yum. Trying to group them together, but I'm not good at this. Another one that I cut into the other night, posted about on Instagram, sorry this bag looks atrocious, but is County Fair, and I did get 4 chunks, which again is the equivalent of a bakery bag in that, because I knew I was going to love it. It is all the bakery and sweet treats you get at like a county fair or a carnival without that apple note that a lot of county fair scents have, and also without that weird chemically overly sweet note that a lot of them have. It's really good. It's also a fan favorite, so I was pretty sure I was going to like it. I got 1 in orange sherbet. I know that she used to have an orange Julius scent. I have never tried it. I will probably never get to be honest, but her orange sherbet is delicious. I think I saw somewhere where her orange Julius is retired or no longer available now. But if you want that creamy orange scent, her orange sherbet is fantastic as well. Okay, here's one that I saw somewhere else. Beaver Tails Orange Lace Cake. And I did get 2 of that. I honestly couldn't tell you why I got 2. Not that it's not good, it's fantastic, but I'm not like the world's biggest fan of Orange Bakery, but I think I was just feeling it when I placed my order. speaking of beaver tails, I did get just one chunk in her beaver tails. Beaver tails is, if you've ever melted bear claws from another vendor, they're pretty much the same scent. It's the name of that pastry is regional to the best of my knowledge, so where some people might call it a beaver tail, others might call it a bear claw. It's the same kind of scent. Watermelon. This is just a nice, straightforward watermelon. It is kind of candy-like and sweet, but it's not quite Jolly Rancher sweet. It's also not smell the vine and the dirt kind of green, fresh watermelon. It's somewhere in between. Nutty Caramel Apple. This is one I wish I had gotten like loaves and loaves of. It is delicious. It is going to be perfect for that transition season that I've been yammering about. It's just that really sweet, yummy apple scent, and then like that nutty caramel. I mean, it's very self-explanatory. It smells just like you'd hope it would. Here's another Serendipity blend, Serendipity Peeps, and I got 2 of that. Again, I just knew I was going to love her Serendipity blends because I just love Serendipity. Here's a Peeps blend I am not as fond of, but I do like. This is Peeps Espresso. I got 2 chunks in that. I was hoping the Peeps would sweeten up the espresso a little bit more than it does, but honestly, I think I may combine it with this next scent I'm going to show you, and it'll do just fine. Okay, I did get 4 chunks of Vanilla Buttercream Crunch. I had obviously never had this before from any vendor, so I didn't know what to expect. I have melted a piece of it. You can see from this chunk right here. It's nice. It's much more of a blender scent, and that's coming from someone who melts just straight up plain vanilla bakery by itself almost every day in my bedroom and elsewhere. Vanilla Buttercream Crunch from Glitterati is just kind of a nice creamy, I hate to say the word plain, but I mean it's not, there's no one note that sticks out and strikes you. It's just a nice creamy blender scent. So I think I will mix that with the Peeps Espresso and it'll be a really nice blend. Candy Cane Cupcakes. This is just a nice peppermint vanilla bakery. I'd say self-explanatory, but I don't know. Oh, this poor little thing. Okay. So this bag and this chunk are obviously, they have been through it. There are a couple little pieces left. I only got 1 chunk in this, and Janine actually sent me a little scent shot as well. I didn't know what to expect because I'd never smelled that scent from anywhere else, and on the scent description it says, you know, I'm trying to remember, like candy and sweetness and a hint of bakery or some such. It smells like a beignet, a really authentic, really sweet, fresh beignet with the powdered sugar on it and everything else. It's just, oh, it's so yummy, and I am so distraught that I only got 1 chunk. That is one that if I ever got on customs again somehow, I would order like multiple bakery bags of. It's that good. So yeah, if you're on customs and you like bakery, Sugar Shack. Summer Scoop. I think this is like a type because I think a lot of vendors are starting to do Summer Scoop. It's like a nice kind of strawberry ice cream scent. It's also similar to that strawberry pound cake that a lot of vendors have now. It's really good. Banana cream pie. I ordered this and another banana scent from her. I think it was like banana pudding. The banana cream pie is delicious. Sweet banana, not quite candy, but really sweet. The other one I got was like banana pudding or something, and to me it smelled like old lady perfume. And that, again, that is not on Janine. That's on me because that's what my nose was picking up. And it's funny because I let my dad smell it and he was like, oh my God, it smells just like banana pudding. So I was like, okay, it is yours. So it went home with him and he's very happy with it. So that worked out just fine for he and I. All right, we're almost done. We have like 3 or 4 cents left, guys. Mrs. Claus cookies. This is one that at the time that I ordered this, I had only ever had it in a blend from one other vendor. I wish I had gotten even more of this. I only got 2 chunks. It is like Vanilla Bean Noel on steroids. It's what Vanilla Bean Noel wishes it was. It's that good. If you like Vanilla Bean Noel, get Mrs. Claus cookies. And I think that other vendors have it too, because I think it's like an oil you can buy, like a blend pre-mixed. I don't know, but it's fantastic, and I'm waiting until Christmas time to melt it, mostly just on account of the name, but it's so yummy. Blackberry jam waffle cone. I actually got, I think, 2 different blackberry jam butter cookie scents from her because that's a scent I've always liked, and I like hers a lot. It's not my favorite I've ever had, but it's really, really good. It smells like your standard blackberry jam butter cookie. Apple butter in this little sad beaten up chunk. Again, I'm sorry guys, I haven't melted most of this, but my kids and I like dig through the box, so Janine's wax is very soft. It does kind of take a beating, but her apple butter scent is fantastic. If you like, it's not got that weird, a lot of cider scents for me have like this weird, almost alcohol note to it, kind of boozy, just note. And some apple butter scents have that too, and hers does not. So thank goodness. Okay, I get sugar cookie from every vendor ever, and I actually got 4 of these. I have 3 left because I've already melted 1 whole chunk. When I first got it and smelled it, I was like, okay, it's nice, it's all right. When I melted it and melted it all around the house one day because I just really wanted to give it a good go. After that, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I made a mistake in only getting 4. I should have gotten like 12. But lesson learned, it's not what I call my favorite sugar cookie because there are certain vendors that have a specific sugar cookie oil that I'm like obsessed with. This is not it, but it is really good. I would say this is probably like my second favorite now, or like co-favorite, because it's just really good. Janine's wax has this magical ability to smell kind of on cold, and then I put it in the warmer and I'm like, oh my God, because there was one scent that I actually got it for my husband because he likes Marshmallow Fireside, and it was like lemon curd birthday cake and marshmallow fireside or something like that. It came in and I was like, I'm not so sure about this one. And so I melted it, I think first, actually. It was my first piece of Glitterati I tried. And it was fantastic on warm. So you really do, when you first get your order, you're going to be overwhelmed. Your nose is going to be like, oh my God, so many things. And you're going to think, oh, it all kind of smells meh. Just give it time. Let it sit, let it cure, and then get it on your warmer, and you will be amazed at the difference. Okay, this is my last scent, and if you know anything about me, you know that I get this from every vendor ever. Sugar Cookie Marshmallow Fluff. I got 4 chunks in that, and I have 2 and about 2/3 of one left because I have already melted that a considerable number of times. You can usually get, I'd say, at least 4 melts out of a chunk. I've seen people go as little as 3 melts. I've also seen people go as many as 8 or even more. For me, it depends on my warmer. If I'm using one of those little 15 watt like night light, I don't want to say Scentsy warmers, but you know what I'm talking about, the little tiny warmers. I might use an 1/8 or a 1/6 of a chunk, whereas in a regular warmer like my Glade warmer or my Ashland warmer, I'm going to use closer to like a fourth of a chunk. But honestly, I never melt in just one warmer at a time unless it's at bedtime beside my bed. So all of these throw incredible because I put them in every warmer in the house at one time. Anyway, that is my entire collection of Glitterati. As I said, there are some missing from what I ordered because I've already melted them. I highly, highly recommend this company. I understand that it's not one that you can easily get your hands on, and I'm sorry, I hate being like, oh, look at me and my exclusive designer vendor wax. But I promise you, if you join the group, if you just kind of hang out for a while, it took me like 2 years, maybe more than that, to get my hands on any Glitterati, and then I got on the customs. So it can be done. You just have to be patient. You just have to try. And honestly, her wax is super worth it. And you know what? If you try it and you don't like it, it's super easy to destash too. So there's really no, it's a win-win. Great wax. Fantastic company. Janine is super, super sweet. She sent me well wishes after she found out that I had had surgery. I mean, she's just a very nice person, a wonderful owner, and she has a fantastic company. So that's everything that I had to show you from Glitterati. I hope you guys enjoyed my, it's not really a haul at this point, it's a collection video. And I hope that if you're on the customs list, it gave you some ideas for your order. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you'll like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff, and you'll stick around for more of my videos. Until next time, thanks for stopping by.